On Overdrive today, feast your eyes on Lamborghini's very first plug-in hybrid supercar. We pit the super similar Maruti Suzuki Invicto against the Toyota Innova Hi-Cross and bring you a luxury home on wheels. Hello and welcome to Overdrive. I am Soini Dutt. Lamborghini has launched a successor to the Aventador, which is called the Revuelto in India. Now, the biggest talking point about this supercar is that it has a hybrid powertrain and it is priced at 9 crore rupees. It is already sold out till 2026. So let's find out what makes this so irresistible.
Now, if you thought electrification and emission regulations would tone down all the drama around Lamborghini, of course, that's not the case. And the new Revuelto further proves that point. It's the replacement to the Aventador and the first ever hybrid Lamborghini. Now, the Revuelto still looks crazy with all those angular elements that you know from a Lamborghini. But there's a lot more to it. Everything underneath is now different. There's a new carbon fiber mono fuselage that's completely different from the Aventador to fit in all the electrical components. But coming back to the outside, you realize that all these Y-shaped elements, they're much more pronounced now. And a lot of this inspiration, at least on the front, Lamborghini says, comes from the Murcielago. Now coming back to the chassis, the battery pack is placed behind, inside, we'll show you that later. But what you do get is a lot of carbon fiber in the front end. And there are two electric motors right here, which make about 350 Newton meters and 110 kilowatts. That's about 150 PS each. The crazy cuts and creases still incorporate all the cooling and aerodynamic requirements of a complex hybrid powertrain. The silhouette of the Revuelto is now quite different from that of the Aventador. The longer rear section is more reminiscent of the Diablo, and the engine is still on display like before. The exaggerated Y elements and a few more intricate aerodynamic tricks continue at the rear, as do a massive set of exhaust tips. Now, the best thing about this hybrid is that it still gets a 6.5 litre naturally aspirated V12, but it's not related to the one in the Aventador. It's new, light and far more compact. But it still makes 825 PS and 725 Newton meters. And combined with the three electric motors, the two that I told you at the front, and there's another one here, it makes a combined 1015 PS, which also means that this Revuelto will go from 0 to 100 in 2.5 seconds and reach a 350 kmph top speed. Among other changes, significant changes, there's a new 8-speed DCT, and for maybe the second time in the history of these V12 Lamborghinis, it's now mounted transversely in the car's structure. The 3.8 kWh battery pack also lets the Revuelto drive short distances on electric power alone. And there's no reverse gear. The front motors are used for this, while the rear motor is a starter and then used to either recover energy or add to the V12's performance with the front motors. The new architecture has carved out more space in the cabin of the Revuelto, and the ambience is now a much higher end one. There's a completely new interface with the crisp floating 12.3-inch driver's screen, the central 8.4-inch touchscreen and a 9.1-inch passenger display. As before, the switchgear and layout continue with that fighter jet-like theme, but now with easily accessed controls on the steering wheel, the central bank highlighted by the flat starter button, and a smart continuous shift function for the gearbox. Now, the Lamborghini Revuelto is priced from Rs 8.89 crore ex-showroom. Of course, you can add all kinds of options to it, then the sky's the limit.
You've had a very good response to the Revuelto, and you've also seen it sold out till 2026. But what is the response you got from India per se, from the supercar enthusiasts here, especially given that it is a hybrid sports car?
Well, also in India we had a similar response that we had in Asia Pacific and worldwide, so amazing, actually overwhelmed by the feedback from fans, media and customers. Like you said, sold out till 2026, same as for India as well.
Given it's a long waiting period for India per se, when will we see the delivery start in India?
So for the Revuelto, sometime during the Q2 2024 is when we will start delivering the first cars in the market. and we are pretty excited, and we are waiting eagerly for those moments, because the kind of response this car has got from the market since the time we unveiled this globally, is really very encouraging.
You can also watch a longer duration of the chat with Sharad Agarwal, head of Lamborghini India, as well as Francesco Scaradowni, who is the APAC director of Lamborghini, to know more about the brand's plans with the Revuelto as well as other products. We'll take a very quick break here on the show, but coming up on the other side, we pit two of the most similar premium MPVs against each other.